It was a quiet Sunday morning in August. The sky over Minneapolis glowed with a soft light, the kind that made the city feel safe, calm, almost timeless. In the peaceful neighborhood where Annunciation Catholic Church stood, children played outside, parents exchanged warm greetings, and elderly worshipers slowly made their way toward the wooden doors of the church. Inside, nearly 200 people had gathered. Children sat neatly in rows, their voices rising in innocent prayers. The air carried the serene rhythm of faith. No one, not the children, not the teachers, not the parents, could imagine that the calm would soon shatter into chaos and blood. Outside the church stood a young man. His name was Robin Westman, only 23 years old, yet his eyes carried the weight of rage and despair. Months of loneliness, unemployment, and online radicalization had twisted his mind into something dark. His private diary carried chilling words, "These children will grow into tomorrow's soldiers. I must stop them now." That morning, Robin was not there to pray. He was armed. In his hands he carried two semi-automatic rifles, and strapped to his side, a pistol. His steps were steady, his heart pounding with a purpose only he believed in. At 10:15 a.m., the church doors opened. Just as prayers echoed through the sanctuary, the air exploded with the rapid crack of gunfire. The peaceful sounds of worship turned into screams. Children ducked beneath benches. Teachers threw themselves in front of their students, and panic spread like fire through the crowd. Bullets tore through the sacred silence. 2 children collapsed, lifeless, their small bodies never to rise again. 17 others were injured. The white walls of the church were splattered with blood, a grotesque painting of hatred where once there had been only faith. Robin's face showed no regret. His eyes burned with a strange calm, as if every shot justified the torment in his own mind. But the police were fast. Within minutes, sirens wailed across the neighborhood. SWAT vehicles and armed officers surrounded the church. The gunman exchanged fire briefly, but soon realized escape was impossible. With a final cold decision, Robin raised his pistol and ended his own life. Inside the church, the scene was unbearable. Parents sobbed over their children, blood stained the pews, and the cries of the wounded pierced the heavy silence that followed the gunfire. Later, investigators searched Robin's apartment. There they found a 25-page manifesto filled with anti-religious hatred and step-by-step details of his attack. This was not a random act. It was carefully planned, a chilling example of how easy it had become to access weapons and how effortlessly hate could be spread online. The nation was shaken. Headlines screamed across every television and newspaper, "The Bloody Church of Minnesota." In Congress, lawmakers argued once again about gun laws, mental health, and security in places of worship. The president himself spoke to the nation. This was not just an attack on a church. It was an attack on our children, our families, and the very soul of our country. But for the grieving families, speeches meant nothing. 8-year-old Emily, who just the day before had been laughing with her mother, now lay in a small coffin. A teacher, hailed as a hero for shielding 10 children with his own body, would carry scars for life. An elderly woman who prayed through the chaos survived, though her trembling hands would never forget the horror. In the days that followed, thousands gathered outside the church. They lit candles, they prayed, they cried. The flickering lights filled the night, but they could not erase the darkness of what had happened. This was not just the story of one gunman or one church. It was a story carved into the conscience of a nation, a warning that hate and violence, when left unchecked, can find their way even into the holiest of places.